A woman's essence being equated to what she does undermines her worth. Welcome to Mother-Daughter Connections, the show dedicated to educating, encouraging, and equipping moms to build lasting, meaningful connections with their daughters. I'm your host and mother-daughter relationship personal trainer, Dr. Michelle Deering. My heart is to be of help to you. I believe that your relationship with your mom is the foundation for your future success, personally, parentally, and professionally. Now remember, even though I'm a licensed psychologist, I'm not your shrink on this show. I am, however, here to share my opinions and those of my guests. If you have concerns about your mental health, please seek services from a mental health provider in your local area. Now join me as we pause to consider today's topic. Has your daughter stopped talking to you the way she used to? Well, that could be for any number of reasons. Maybe something was said or not said, or maybe something was done or not done, or maybe you both just got your wires crossed. Whatever the reason, there are definite research-based principles that you can use to get your daughter talking to you again. And I've put those principles in my Get Your Daughter Talking Now online course. It's a self-paced, 3-module, step-by-step program that you can use to fix the lines of communication between you and your daughter, regardless of her age. Just go to www.getyourdaughtertalkingnow.com to start rebuilding your relationship today. And if you've already purchased the program, awesome. Just make sure that you share the link with your mom friends so that they can get in on the healing. The link again is www.getyourdaughtertalkingnow.com. Now let's hop into today's episode. Well, hi there and welcome. I am so excited, as I always am, to be able to spend some time here with you today. You know, at the time that this episode airs, we will have already gone through the current season of the NCAA basketball tournament. And if any of you know anything about me, in my household, everyone knows when February and then March Madness hit, then don't even bother figure out where mom is. I'm right in front of the tube watching the basketball games. But there was something that happened recently in this past tournament that I just want to comment on, and it has to do with a commercial that I saw. And again, this is not ragging on the company. I actually shop at this company store. And it's not about, the advertising agency that helped this company come up with this campaign. But there's a commercial out there that has the tagline, or it starts out with the statement, "When you give a girl a power tool, she becomes even more powerful. We're celebrating the female doers of the world." Well, today, I'd like to just share some thoughts with you about that particular slogan. Now, if you have a chance to read my book, What Mothers Never Tell Their Daughters, there's some things in that book that I tell you about myself. If you haven't read it, go get the book, read it. But one of the things I share is that I grew up as a child actress in TV commercials. And one of the things that I learned about just the whole business of doing TV commercials, not just from being in front of the camera, but also behind the scenes, is that there's a lot of calculation and stuff going on in terms of how things are presented in TV commercials. And in this particular commercial that I did that had to do with paper towels, when I showed up, I thought, okay, part of doing my role in the commercial was to clean up stuff. I was the principal in that commercial. And what I found was that a lot of what you see in the commercials, they kind of do the after effects first, and then do the before scenarios last. And then they splice it up. You'll understand when you read the book. But anyway, this commercial that actually says, "When you give a girl a power tool, she becomes even more powerful. We're celebrating the female doers of the world." It sounds so inspirational. The emphasis and focus, besides wanting to get you to buy their particular products and power tools, their focus is to celebrate the female doers of the world. And at the outset, especially as, Mother's Day season is coming around, that sounds so awesome and so wholesome and so complimentary. However, if you think about it, the slogan has some really serious, insidious undertones that undermine the heart of the sentiment that they're trying to get across. The first thing is that the statement asserts that after a girl is given a power tool, then that is when she becomes even more powerful. Let me say that again. The statement asserts that after a girl is given a power tool, then that is when she becomes even more powerful. This assumes that before the bestowal of the power tool, a girl's innate power is not enough. Where have we heard this before? That we're not enough. That she needs something additional, external to herself, to be added to her in order for her to have power. I just want that to sit with you for a second, okay? The second issue that I have with that slogan is the fact that the images in the commercial are all depicting moms giving their daughters the power tools. For me, that sounds all well and good, and I'm all about anything mother-daughter, great, improve the relationship. But on some level, it only underscores and pours salt on aspects of a mother-daughter relationship that may have wounds and rifts of a daughter who doesn't feel like they measure up to their mom's expectations of them. And so the mom externally is giving the daughter something to make her powerful. I don't know, I get where they're trying to go, but I'm questioning how they're going about conveying this message. Now, the third, and what I believe is the most damaging aspect about this slogan, is that the campaign says that it's celebrating the female doers of the world. We as moms, we do a lot. Granted, I get it. I'm a mom. I'm just like you, okay? We do things for our families just to keep the things going and keep the ball rolling, keep everything together, right? But the linkage of a woman's femaleness, her essence, being measured and praised and equated to what she does or is able to do, just further undermines her worth for just being herself. You are first a being before you ever do anything. And, some of you may know, if you're on my email list, I had a rear ending, had injuries that resulted from it. And there's a period of time where I just wasn't able, and I have not been able to, in some regards, still not able to do certain things for my family. And in the beginning, it took a toll on me because I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything. Well, I'm a mom. I'm supposed to be doing something. That's why I'm always emphasizing to you, and I'm going to emphasize again, that you are a being first. Your essence matters just by you being you. Your daughter is fortunate to have you as her mom. Now, what maddens me and really saddens me, which turns into me being mad, about this slogan, this campaign, is that I've seen on social media and stuff, people just praising, moms just praising, saying, oh yeah, thumbs up, great commercial, oh, this is awesome. I get sad that women, moms, and their daughters are just eating this message and messages like it. They're eating it up without questioning it. And this needs to stop. I believe that you do yourself a disservice as a woman and as a mom if you buy into this kind of rhetoric. And you do a disservice to your daughter as a young queen in training if you continue to buy into messages like this. Because that's the stuff that feeds at, on an unconscious level, all the stuff that we feel is not enough about us just as a person because we're not doing stuff. You need to celebrate your daughter for who she is. And when you do that, she will celebrate you for who you are. Granted, you need to celebrate you for who you are and not what you do. So I'm hoping that as this Mother's Day season is coming around, that you'll really get back in touch with that. because you and your daughter, you've both got power from within. Now, next time that we get together, I'll be sharing a little bit about key questions that you can consider as you seek to help your daughter navigate media messages in the social media landscape. In the meantime, do make sure that you, whatever platform you listen to this episode on, go to that platform, click 5 stars, and just write a brief review or comment in the comment sections. I read all of them, and it would be so great for you to do that because that review, the 5 stars and the review, will actually organically let other moms know about this podcast. It's a free resource, and I'd love to help get it in the hands of other moms and daughters who haven't yet heard or listened or followed this podcast. My goal has been to reach 1 million moms. We're almost cresting 100,000, and it's growing, and we're in 35 plus countries now. So just continue to spread the love and spread the word about this podcast by leaving a review, clicking 5 stars on the platform you listen to this on, and leave a review. I'd greatly appreciate it. Until next time, just remember and be encouraged. Healthy mother-daughter relationships are possible. They just take one curative connection at a time. I'll see you next week. You've been listening to Mother-Daughter Connections with me, your host and mother-daughter relationship personal trainer, Dr. Michelle Deering. Thanks so much for joining me today. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Share this episode with a friend so they don't miss an episode. And download the resource in the show notes. Until next time, remember to pause to consider how you can connect intentionally so you can improve relationally with your daughter.